I don't know why only these
The
characters in
main
human forms came to my mind.
our biases.
Yeah, but
I think he has a great character arc, right? Like, and then he's funny when he beats himself up when he lets a secret slip.
yeah,
I used to even have a T-shirt that Dobby's a free elf. Something on those lines. Hey everyone, and welcome to yet another episode of Take 2 as part of One in a Millennial. I'm Antara, and joining me today yet again is Gokul, and we have another interesting topic to discuss. More so because it's close to both our hearts, but I know it is close to every millennial's heart. It's Harry Potter. We recently had a Miniso pop-up Harry Potter store, if you remember, across the whole country. The massive lines that gathered there, it's really shocking because it's been, what, close to 30 years that the first Harry Potter book released. And since then, it's been always in the news, it's always been doing well, and it still continues to capture our imagination, our interest. And we're, as millennials, I think, real big fans of the whole franchise. So, Goku, how do you feel? Because I know you joined the whole bandwagon late because you started reading Harry Potter around last year, the same time, and now you've completed reading the books and you completed watching the movies as well. So, how's that experience been?
yeah. Firstly, it's been a really wonderful experience, I would say. I guess I was late into the party, so to speak. I have watched all the movies before, like whenever they were released, but the books are. They're a different ball game altogether. In the sense, it feels as if it's a different setting altogether, right? I believe the movies robbed us so much in terms of different characters, plots, and things like that. So the books were it was really interesting. Like once you start, you have to read, keep going on. You have to finish one book after the other. So it was a really great reading experience.
Yeah, and you aren't a big fan of really thick books. And I think post the third book, which is Prisoner of Azkaban, the books really get very thick.
Thicker,
Yeah,
yeah.
they get thicker. And but I saw you being glued to them. You were walking around the house with the books, and I know work-wise also you were really busy, but you would still somehow find time to read the book, come what may. Yeah, I think that talks enough about how interesting the books were. And even when you're 30, you can still read it and enjoy it, just like how I was interested when I was a teenager when like the later books released.
I don't think it's necessarily, it should be labeled as a kid's book.
Definitely. Yeah, it is not. Yeah.
I think it suits all age groups, if you were to ask me,
Yeah.
especially anyone in their 30s.
Fun fact, one of my grand uncles was reading the books when I was reading them when I was a teenager. So he was what, in his 80s then, and he loved it as much as I did or my other cousins did. And we would have discussions about this character, that character, clarify doubts with each other. So yeah, I think Harry Potter's
Yeah, I'm not
timeless,
surprised. Yeah.
ageless. It's for literally everyone. And I think even Gen Alpha and whichever other generation is coming is going to lap it up just like we did. Also, you spoke about how the movies don't they rob us of the actual experience, and you know my stance on this. I'm very against
Yeah.
people saying that they are Harry Potter fans based on just the movies because you've not really understood half of it. Because the movies are just like a really tiny summary of everything. And I think that's what it was intended to always be. You have to have read the book, you need to know the characters' backgrounds, and only then you'll know why they are behaving a certain way on screen. Otherwise, it's just green light, red light, some charms, things flying in the air, dragons breathing fire, and it's nothing more than that if you haven't read the book. The very strong opinion on that, but it is what it is. And I think you'll relate now.
Totally, totally. Again, I started reading the books because you played a pivotal role in that as well, right? Because you've always insisted that I read the books whenever these Harry Potter discussions come up.
Yeah.
You always, mention that movies are nothing. I don't consider yourself a Harry Potter fan if you've not read the books. But now that I've read the books and we've seen the movies also as and when we finished each book, right?
Correct.
So I can confidently say that you were right all along. Movies didn't do full justice, I would say. I guess the first three movies, those are fine, I guess. Like
Yeah.
it was okay-ish in the sense there weren't a lot going on in the first few books. So the movies, even if you've just watched the movies, it would have been fine.
fine.
But later on, I think the background plot, the story, everything kind of gets built on as we move from one book to the other, which I don't think the subsequent movies captured well, right? So if I were to give you some examples, since I've just finished off the last book, the first thing that comes to my mind is the backstory of Voldemort, right? Which in the book they have in Half-Blood Prince, that story building happens throughout the course of the book, and you get to understand the significance of the Horcruxes or why Voldemort is a certain way, which I don't think the movie
His hatred for Muggle bonds.
exactly,
And
which I don't think the movie talks about at all, right?
Yeah.
So that is one striking thing that comes to my mind right now. Also, one character that I could think of which is not portrayed in the right way is Ginny Weasley. I think in the book she's portrayed as this confident, funny Quidditch player,
very fiery.
good deal of fan following also on the boys'
Exactly,
side.
yeah.
I think Ginny is such a character in the book, but when it comes to the movies, she's just
Disappointment.
she's just an extra. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. So I think the movies didn't do justice, at least the later movies towards the end
Correct.
of the
Yeah.
franchise.
Otherwise, Ginny got her whole part otherwise in Chamber of Secrets, and then she just vanished.
Right. I agree.
Yeah. No, I agree. So I think the answer to book versus movies is books for both of us.
Totally. Yes.
Yes. I think that's like the best present to give to anyone that you really dearly care for. It's a great set of 7 books to pass on. I feel like it's a legacy being passed on.
Yeah. I agree. Once you start, there's no stopping.
Yes,
Like,
100%.
you will read everything in one go.
Yeah. Even though our set of books are a pirated version,
You're not supposed to say that.
we don't endorse piracy, but that's probably our most prized possession in this house. Like if we ever get robbed, the first thing I'll do is go to see if our books have still stayed or someone stole them too. Someone, matlab the robber only, of course. So, because Harry Potter is such a big universe and we've seen so many characters, each of them, and I think the character building for each one of them is so good. J.K. Rowling has done such a beautiful job with it. Who's your favorite?
Character.
Yes.
I would say Hermione will be my favorite. I can't think of Harry Potter being Harry Potter or Harry Potter seeing through the entire plot without the help of this one person.
Yeah, 100%.
So I think for me she'll be the favorite character. Yeah. Who's yours?
Mine would be Dobby.
Okay. Oh yeah. It didn't. So when you were talking about characters, I don't know why only these characters in human forms came to my mind.
Our biases.
Yeah, but yeah, Dobby also. It's actually, yeah, now that you mention it, I really felt for Dobby.
I know. I saw you cry.
I didn't cry, but it was an emotional, emotional scene. But yeah, Dobby also would be there at the top. Yeah, sorry. Sorry for stealing. Okay, go on.
But I think he has a great character arc, right? Like being this, and he's so confused also. Like he wants to serve Lucius Malfoy because that is who his master is, but he wants to save Harry as well. And then he's funny when he beats himself up, when he lets a secret slip.
Yeah.
And then when he's free, he's so cute. Like, I used to even have a t-shirt that Dobby's a free elf. Something on those lines only, I remember. So yeah, Dobby for me. And I'm also a Luna Lovegood fan. I think she has a very real character. Like everyone, even
she's in her own world.
She's in her own world, and I think I relate to her the most. If I were at Hogwarts, I think my shoes and socks would be stolen and would be hanging on the walls somewhere. So yeah, I think Luna Lovegood for me has
Mm.
always been
Okay.
a favorite, as well as I like how they portrayed her in the movies. I think she's one character who's been, they've not ruined or tampered with her character, despite her being like an extra. She's not like the three.
Mm.
She doesn't make the trio. She's a part of the extended circle.
Yeah.
But she's been given the importance that she deserves, I
Right.
think. So, yeah, I think Luna Lovegood. In school, we'd all have characters for each other, and I was always
Luna.
Luna Lovegood.
Okay.
And she comes also in the fifth part. Like, she takes her own sweet time to arrive, but once she arrives, she really stays. So,
I can see why you'd be a good Luna.
I just need to color my hair
Yeah.
blonde.
Yeah.
I just missed my chance of being cast in the new web series.
Yeah, yeah. I guess now that we just mentioned the web series, I think since it's so movies obviously have the limitations, right? In the
Correct.
sense of the running times or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But I feel the web series might capture everything that is there in the books because it's an extended version, right? So yeah, let's see. Would you be watching it? Are you looking forward to it?
100%. And
Okay.
I read it's going to run across 10 years or like
Is
a
it?
long time. Yeah. So I am for
Okay.
it. Yeah. 10 years is sorted. But I don't know when it's going to release, but I'm hoping the wait is not going to be much longer. And I also like how they are, really ruffling things. The casting is very
I know
interesting.
what you're talking about.
Yeah. I don't know how to say it without being
Okay, but yeah, I get it.
politically incorrect.
I'm sure the listeners also will get it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, I think it'll be a fun watch. And it'll be great that we get to watch this together and not like on different timelines. Yeah, I think it'll be a big milestone for our relationship too.
Okay.
Okay, so apart from your favorite person, who do you think is like a very controversial character?
Controversial character. Okay. I think Snape for me will be that character. Snape had his reasons for doing whatever he did. Dumbledore trusted him, right? And he has been entrusted with certain set of things to be done, which he did as well. But I think despite all that, I don't know. I feel his character was a bit dark, if you ask me. From the beginning, he joined the other side out of free will, right? Yeah, out of free will, he joined. Like nobody forced him or anything. Then he came back. I think he came back and only for Lily, exactly. I don't think it is out of the greater good in him or the love for the world or anything like that. It was just for
He's
Lily.
not
he
a
came back.
righteous man.
Yes, and I feel like he was genuinely mean to all these other kids.
They were also mean, but he was also
He was extra mean, I feel. I mean, you need not be that mean, I feel.
as a professor
And-
as well. Yeah.
Yes. He always took the Slytherin side. So, yeah, that.
Spoken like a true Gryffindor.
Yeah, so I think Snape for me will be that character. Yeah. Yours?
Dumbledore.
Dumbledore would be my close second. But yeah, go on.
I just think he really set Harry, up for so many failures every year.
Yeah.
Just throw him into, the dark ends of the scariest things.
Half information.
Half information.
Yeah.
Even like the book where they talk about Dumbledore's past, the book that Rita Skeeter writes about Dumbledore in the 7th part. I know why Harry was so conflicted about his liking for Dumbledore. Even at the end, when Harry dies, once Voldemort shoots the curse at him, and then the whole dream sequence.
Yeah.
There also Dumbledore's confusing the shit out of Harry. So I really think Dumbledore wasn't very clear in what he had to say. He could have done.
He
a
could
much
have
better
made
job.
Harry's life a lot easier.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
With all these half information, with all these secretive, very hard to decode messages that he gives. Yeah, I
Harry
agree.
was just a kid. No, this is too much for a child to go through.
Yeah,
I think Dumbledore was a little.
got it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
sense.
I know why Aberforth was upset. Talking about female characters, what are your thoughts about how they were written?
Yeah, I mean, female characters, there are a set of good female characters, I feel, right, in the books. I mentioned Ginny, obviously. She actually was one of my favorite, apart from Hermione, obviously, one of my favorite female characters in the book. Then I think, like I said, Harry Potter would be nowhere without Hermione, right? So she's
100%.
such a strong female character in
Very.
his life. And on the other side, I feel there are also very competitive female characters on the dark side as
Yeah.
well, right? Bellatrix for one.
Yeah.
And these Malfoy sisters, I don't know, Malfoy, I mean, the wife, Narcissa. Initially, I mean, she's a bit of a conflicted character, I would say, in the sense she's not there, neither there
Yeah.
nor here.
I think she has more good in her than Snape. I feel like she still doesn't want to
Yeah,
be mean.
yeah.
She's just forced into it for whatever reason. Maybe her husband or she's
Yes.
just stuck now.
Yes, yes. And there's obviously Professor McGonagall and all these other characters as well. So I think they have a good set of female characters, if you ask me, very strong, very important characters as well.
But my problem is always with McGonagall. Like, she's been with Dumbledore, as in she's been with the school for so long and she's supposed to be really good at her job. She's great at magic. But she is so lost. Like, she doesn't know a thing about the Horcruxes. She doesn't know a thing about anything. She's so lost. So, like, these great wizards, there's no female wizard who's great, I think.
But does she know Harry's looking for Horcruxes? Because nobody looped her in, right?
Yeah, why wasn't she? Right? Like, see, there was Grindelwald and there was Voldemort and there's Dumbledore. Like, all these big, wizards the world is scared of or the world is looking up to. There are these big guys, but it's like a guys' club. I don't see one lady who, makes it big. And even in the war and stuff, like, Molly's there, but she's fine. Like, okay, I just think that McGonagall, if she was so talented and everything, why wasn't she a more stronger player in, the story? I just feel like that could have been better. I think the kids, yeah, I think they had, like, there was Luna, I think the Padma Patil sisters, the Parvati and the Padma. Yeah, the Patil sisters, correct, the Patil sisters and all, they're all there. They're all there in Dumbledore's army and all that. But I feel like up there, in the great wizards, we didn't have too many female characters.
Okay.
That's what I felt.
Okay.
Maybe Hermione will, can be like this great auror and she'll change things. Who's the most relatable character for you?
Most relatable?
If you were to go to Hogwarts, who would you probably be like?
Maybe Ron Weasley.
Ah, okay.
Ron also, like I said, he's also a bit lost here and there sometimes, I feel.
Yeah.
He has, most times he always is on the watch out for food, which is something that I also do.
You don't get biryani in Hogwarts.
That's true. But I think Ron is and one other thing that just came to my mind. Ron is, in fact, a good Quidditch player.
Yes.
But he has this pressure of performing when people are watching.
It sounds like you.
Yeah. I mean, whenever I play some sports, I think I also go through the same feeling. So Ron is a bit relatable to me. Yeah.
Got it. Mine would be Luna, like I already mentioned. And I think I would also realistically be like Colin Creevey, because I'm assuming I would be Muggle born. So then when I'm seeing Hogwarts for the first time, I would really be starstruck. And
he's that
just in awe
guy who
of
wants a
everything.
picture. Always.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
okay.
So maybe I would not just be stalking Harry for a
I
photo.
forgot only this guy. Okay.
I would have gone around taking everything's photo, like the food, the classrooms, and like everything that's there to go home and show it to my like, this is where I study people.
Makes sense.
You muggles. So Colin is, I think, someone I would be like. Also, maybe I would have been like the Padma Patil. Why do I call them the Padma Patil sisters? Parvati of Padma,
Okay, yeah. Indian characters means you should wear lehenga, nothing.
With those dirty colors which don't go with each other. And if you look at the lehengas that we wear in India, they're so beautiful. How did Warner Brothers allow for that to be shown on screen is beyond me. Those clothes were worse than Ron's robes. So which house do you think you would be put in by the Sorting Hat?
Which house? Is there any other answer other than Gryffindor? I mean, I don't know. Let's look at the other houses like Slytherin. Who would want to go there because they're always on the other side. On the wrong side, Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff.
Cedric was from Hufflepuff.
But I don't know. I
Any
don't
doubt?
think they have any significance as such in the grand scheme of things, right? So my answer would be Gryffindor, obviously.
Mine would be Ravenclaw because in my head I'm Luna Lovegood.
Oh,
So a lot of the stuff, like my Harry Potter stuff, is with Ravenclaw. My
okay.
mug and then the badge that you see stuck on the curtain.
Okay.
So everyone around me knows that I'm Ravenclaw.
Okay. Okay. Good. Good for you.
Only if I was that intelligent.
Yeah.
But I've taken a couple of online Harry Potter quizzes and I manipulated the answers so
Oh,
that
to-
I could
yeah.
be put into Ravenclaw.
So I guess the Sorting Hat will obviously consider your wish also, right?
Correct. So Ravenclaw.
You'll be in Ravenclaw, hopefully.
Yeah,
When you go there.
I'll see you in your Griffin. No, I'm not allowed to enter the Griffin common
You're
room.
not.
We don't know anything about Ravenclaw's common room and all. Maybe a little in the 7th part when they're looking for the diadem and all that.
Yes.
Rowena.
Yeah, correct. You're right. Yeah.
So they have some.
Yeah. True.
Ravenclaw's important. Okay, so which was your favorite book out of all the 7?
Favorite book? I have 2 favorites actually. One is the third book.
You're copying my answers now.
No, it's a good book, Prisoner of Azkaban.
Yes.
So I think it was a first book that'll make you go wow in the end, right?
Yes.
Like there are a lot of twists and turns. There's this mystery that is being maintained throughout the book. So that was a very good read.
Yeah.
And then the next book as well, the Goblet of Fire also, I think I like very much. All those tournaments and the return of the Dark Lord in the end, the port key transportation that happens at the end. I think that book also was a wonderful read. I would say both 3 and 4. Yours, you said it's.
Yeah, mine's 3. I think like the Mordor's Map, the Time Turner, Sirius not being a bad guy,
Secret of Lupin,
Secret of Harry learning, Expecto Patronum, which is like such a important thing.
one.
Yeah. So definitely the third part for me is my favorite.
Got it.
Which would be your favorite subject?
Favorite subject? Quidditch?
Quidditch.
Yeah. Me being a sports person myself, I think I'll really enjoy that subject, and he'll give me the superpower of flying as well.
Yes.
So yeah, Quidditch for me.
Quidditch.
For you?
Not a sports person. I think potions would be something that I would
Oh my God, it gives me chemistry lab memories.
100%.
I don't want to go back to those memories.
I think with potions you can do so much, and it'll be like a colorful class. It'll be a interesting class. Only that you'll have to deal with
Snape will be a teacher,
or Slughorns.
Slughorn is better, I think.
Yeah, he is. He definitely is. Who was the scariest villain? Like, of course, Voldemort, I think, is a very scary man, but there were a good amount of other scary villains that came up through all the series, through all the books. Anyone that you feel were like, oh.
Nagini, apart from the obvious fact that she was a snake.
Yes.
I think, Nagini was very scary as well. I think Nagini is the one who kills Snape as well in the end.
Yes,
if I'm not
yes,
wrong.
in such a
The attack on Harry at Godric's Hollow, right?
Yeah.
That was also Nagini. Yeah, she was scary. She really was.
I agree. So I think Nagini was scary, and I think again Bellatrix was. She was crazy. She was cuckoo. So
you never know her next move.
Yeah. I think if I'd seen her, I would just say Avada Kedavra to myself and finish it off because she was damn scary.
Yeah, I agree.
But also Lucius was scary because
Lucius Malfoy.
Yeah, scary as in he was so obsessed with saving himself, he'll throw anyone under the bus.
Yeah, but I didn't consider himself scary. But
he's
was
a
evil.
consistent villain. Since the first part, the guy has really stuck as a villain.
I agree.
But do you remember the dialogue in the 7th part where Voldemort says, "How do you live with yourself, Lucius?" And he says, "I don't know." He's so sad in that. After that, you kind of lose respect for man. One item from the universe that you could own, what would it be? The Harry Potter universe.
Harry Potter universe. Yeah, I mean, it would be the broomstick.
To clean at home.
No, not to clean at home, to fly and beat the Bangalore traffic,
Yes.
obviously. So
Yes.
I would go for the
Broomstick.
broomstick, yes.
Very, very wise.
What about you?
I think I will want to possess that to remember all. I know you have phones and reminders and all that
Mhm.
now, but a cooler way to
Yeah.
remember to do things,
Yeah.
remember all would be
Yeah,
for me.
yeah.
Yeah, I need it.
I would totally agree to that.
Favorite spell?
Favorite spell? Okay. Favorite spell would be Alhamora. I guess we were almost on the verge of locking ourselves
Yeah.
out of the house
So
a few
many
times, so
times,
many
yeah.
times. So I think this spell could come in handy in those situations. So
Yeah.
even if you forget your keys, I think
Makes sense.
we have it sorted.
Very
Yeah.
practical.
What about you?
Imperio. I think surviving corporate would be so easy if you just know how to use Imperio. I know it's a unforgivable curse and all, but
Do you want to tell the non-Harry Potter listeners what Imperio does?
Imperio basically makes people listen to you.
Dance to your tune.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think that's what everyone needs in corporate.
Okay.
So
Mm.
I would say
Okay.
Im-
All right. You have thrown a lot of questions my way. Before we conclude, maybe one last question to you.
Mhm.
Why do you consider yourself a true Harry Potter fan?
See, I'm 30 and I still talk about it like
Yeah.
I'm a teenager who just finished reading the books. That would be one good reason, I think, that I'm a true Harry Potter fan. I read it also at a time when the books were releasing and I was reading it with, every release. So I've been with it, stuck with it. And till date, like if someone asks me which is like my favorite book, it would be that. I know I've read so many other genres, but nothing beats Harry Potter. And I think a 70-year-old me will also say Harry Potter is like my favorite book to read. I would name street dogs after Harry Potter characters. And the rest of the street would find it difficult to keep up because I'm calling this dog Pansy Parkinson. So they had the whole surname and everything.
Okay.
So Lavender Brown. I had them all. So that I didn't spare the dogs as well. I've watched the movies in Hindi as well. Yeah. So I know a lot of the stuff that you know in English, in Hindi and English. So
Okay.
I think that is something, right? Plus, my friends are equally crazy. All of us watched, read all of it together. We still talk about it. We still have discussions about conspiracy theories. And now I think there's a good collection of memes also on Harry Potter.
Yeah.
So we share that.
Good.
And I save up. I save up to buy overpriced stuff for Miniso that is Harry Potter related. And I'm so scared to use them because what if it gets dented, breaks, or robbed? And that's how much of worth I place on everything to
Yeah,
do with
yeah.
Harry Potter. Yeah, so I'm clearly a really good fan.
Okay, fair point.
So it was a really nice discussion. I had a great time talking to you about it.
Likewise.
So shall we end with this one spell that has stayed with me since the time I watched Harry Potter in Hindi?
Which spell is that?
Pitradev Sanrakshana.
Oh my god.
Thanks for listening, guys. Hope to see you on the next one. If you have any interesting topics that you want the two of us to talk about, share it with us. Meanwhile, don't forget to subscribe. Share this along with other Harry Potter fans, and see you soon.